What you just said just sparked two questions. So the first question that I have is, what's the difference between taking someone for a 2 for 20 and take them to the park? Like if they're willing to go for the park, wouldn't they also be willing to go for a 2 for 20?
Callie, you are how old?
30.
Okay. Are your friends, like, I don't know, did you go to college? Did you
Yes.
graduate college?
Yeah. No.
Okay. The women that you know that have graduated college,
Mm.
do they ever talk about dates where they went to Applebee's or
Yeah,
TGI?
they'll go to like little coffee shops like
No.
Starbucks.
No. I specifically said Applebee's and TGI Fridays.
Yeah. I'm from the Bay, so we're different out here. We have no problem going to TGI Fridays or like
Okay.
it's out here like we're chill, so we're like, oh yeah, sure, whatever. Like, let's
You
go.
think that's the general consensus across the country? I'm not saying what they will ultimately do. I'm talking about
Yeah.
what you talk about.
I mean, I don't know. I don't travel that often, so I'm not going to speak on that because I don't really know about the general consensus of the nation. But out here, we're like, yeah, sure, let's go. That's it. Probably go to like go somewhere to see a view afterwards or something. And then my next question was, okay, so let's say there is no money involved or whatever. Like, isn't it emotionally draining dealing with so many women at once? Like just emotionally, like having to like, because like just dealing with so many people at once can be like emotionally draining. Like you don't find that, or
You're not a pursuer.
What was the question again? 'Cause I lost it.
sorry, my question was like, don't you guys get emotionally drained from just dealing with so many women at once?
Whenever I was out there dealing with multiple women at once, no, I wasn't using my emotions to deal with them. So there wasn't this thing about it being drained. Once I figured out that I wanted to commit and get in a relationship with one woman, that's when it became emotionally draining. So there's that. That answer your question?
Yeah, you said it's not.
Hey. What happened, sweetie? You good?
I know Aria was trying to get a comment in. She been waiting her responses at the beginning of me and Will's the rant we went
Did y'all not hear how you posed that? He said, "No, I was good until I had to deal with one of you motherfuckers." Did it?
All right, go ahead, Ari. What you got on this?
I think like a lot of what I hear on like multiple podcasts and panels and things like that is that like men think women are looking for particular like financial status, like the things that come up so regularly, like financial status, car, height, have a house, like that kind of stuff. And I mean, I was married for 10 years and then I've been dating for a little over 2 years. And myself and every adult woman friend that I have, like, that's not really what we're looking for, number one, right? I mean, maybe like if you're younger and you're not established and you don't have anything of your own, that feels like that's like a ticket to, I don't know, speed up your status or something. But for me, like I've gone on a date to Portillo's. I've gone on several dates to Starbucks. Like, yeah, the park would be fine too. I also like, I think I prefer a man to show his interest and show his like actual, I don't know, effort by potentially paying for the first date. I always pay for the second though, if they'll let me, right? Because I think like that's not what I'm looking for, is not your money. What I'm looking for is a person that I connect with on an intellectual level, on a mental level, a person that I can connect with emotionally. Yeah, somebody I'm attracted to, but that they don't have to be 6 foot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like a lot of the things that men assume women are looking for aren't necessarily the things that I or most of my friends are looking for.
You know what I found strange? Now, I haven't been to that many like white cloth restaurants in my life, but I've been to enough of them, and I had quite the observation. And I was just thinking about that shit. You know where I see the most couples at? I see the most couples at Applebee's, or like your TGI Friday, or like your. I see the most couples there. You know what I normally see at these white cloth expensive ass restaurants? a bunch of friends. Like that's who I see at a bunch of like these restaurants. You see a group of them all together, splitting the bill on one table. But like where I see in like, or they buy themselves or something like that. But at TGI Fridays, Applebee's, Chili's, it's always couples in there. So I think
when you see the couples at those white cloth restaurants, it's Valentine's Day or her birthday or something.
No, this just be on any given day, because that's where we go.
No, I'm saying like the couples be at Applebee's or TGI Fridays only whenever it's not Valentine's Day or their birthday or something or anniversary. I mean, it makes sense, don't it?
No, I don't. I'm not following.
All right, just let it go. Don't worry about it.
I got another question. So, like, you know how guys are allowed to have rosters and stuff like that? Like, how? Well, that's what you guys make it seem like, right? You guys are like, women can't have rosters, but women
don't like when dudes have rosters. They do, but they don't, because women like men that other women like. But
don't you guys feel some type of way? Because you said you date. I'm just bamboozled by the 20 to 30 women. I'm not saying you're.
But I'm not sleeping with all those women. I'm not even seeing all those women. I'm entertaining. It may be just on the phone, may just be via text, but it's not. I mean, have you ever dated with a dating app?
I have before, yeah, but I stopped that like years ago.
Did you have like 300 guys in your inbox?
I did, but I kind of didn't entertain 300 guys in my inbox.
Right, but 300 guys was trying to entertain you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you weren't giving them your undivided attention, right?
Correct, yeah.
So do you think they were waiting around for you to respond, or do you think they were messaging other women?
I'm sure they were messaging plenty of other women, yeah.
And how many other women do you think were doing exactly what you did, just not really giving them the time?
Probably a lot.
Hundreds, right?
Mm-hmm.
So guys are just actively farming.
I see what you're saying. Okay, so I see what you're saying. So you're not like really on the phone with 20 to 30 women. You're just like, you'll be on an app and then like message someone, and if they don't respond. Okay, I had to break that down because clarity is important.
But that's why y'all should ask questions and not, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. When the dialogue happens, you may hear something and be like, but you got to keep in mind, I don't have a job. So I work for myself. And so when you have all the time that I had, the free time that I had, you fill it with things. I could date women in the morning, afternoon, and the evening. I can entertain women throughout the whole day. Most guys can't entertain women till after 5. And the women they like have kids. And they're like, well, I'm not available until Friday and I got to get a babysitter. And then it's like he got these slots and he's trying to fit in on a random Thursday.
But would that count as a roster though? Because I thought a roster is like when you're actually actively like dating these people.
No. I'm not describing a roster. I'm talking about guys pursuing, trying to get a roster means you're actively sleeping with these women.
Okay.
If you're not,
I was talking about the roster. That was me who said the roster.
Yeah, but why is that okay to be at? Like, isn't it for a man? Like, wouldn't you guys want to like, as a man, not want to also be easily acceptable and sleep with multiple women? Like, I don't understand how that was.
You should just ask men if they want to sleep with multiple women instead of phrasing it the way you phrased it, right? Because you're assuming what we want to do or what we don't want. If a man could, he'll sleep with every woman on his street.
No.
Yes, he would.
He ain't saying women on the street.
If they all attractive. If they all
they don't have to all be attractive. Come on.
Bullshit.